Thanks for watching the replay. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It's Water Wednesday. We do these scopes every Wednesday live at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Last week we talked about Japanese beauty water, what it is, how to use it. Today's topic is Chanson Water's frequently asked questions. So I have a list here of questions to pull from. If you have questions as we go along, please feel free to pop them up in the chat. But we're going to be going over some of our most frequently asked questions about water ionizers, ionized water, alkaline water, acidic water, filtration, that type of thing. So before we get started, a quick disclaimer. The FDA regulates that only a drug can treat, cure, mitigate, or prevent a disease. I am not a doctor. Please consult a licensed medical professional before embarking on any new health regimen. Okay, my name is Christina. I do social media and marketing for Chanson Water USA. Chanson is located in Laguna Hills, California, and we are a leading water ionizer and filtration company. So, we are going to go over our frequently asked questions, and I'm going to save the number one question for the end. So, be sure to stay tuned for that. What is it? Okay, first off, we're going to cover the basics. What is a water ionizer? So a water ionizer is an electronic device that transforms ordinary tap water into two streams. We have alkaline ionized water for drinking and acidic water for beauty and skincare and cleaning purposes. So that is what a water ionizer is in a nutshell. It is not a typical filter. We do recommend a pre-filter in addition to a water ionizer. There is a small filter inside of it, but it is not going to do the job that you will need in order to get your tap water up to ideal drinking water standards. So, next frequently asked question we get is, what is so great about alkaline ionized water? Why would I want to drink that? What's better than the water I'm already drinking? So, ionized alkaline water is alkaline on the pH scale, which is beneficial to the body because we eat and drink so many acidic foods, and we are exposed to acidity in our everyday lives and in our environment. So the more alkaline we can be, the more healthy we can be. That's basically what it boils down to. So, number one, it's alkaline on the pH scale. Number two, and this is even more important than number one, is that it has oxidation reduction potential, which means that it is antioxidant-like. So, all those free radicals from the acidity in our diet and lifestyle is being combated by the ORP in the water. Those negatively charged particles are going to be helping you fight off the acidity that you are exposed to. It is also taking the alkaline minerals in your water and making them more bioavailable, so more readily absorbed by the body. And it is microclustering them, which means that it is making them more easily absorbed and hydrating you on a deeper level. People often notice when they start drinking the water that it is smoother and wetter and more hydrating, which I know sounds kind of weird, but it's definitely a noticeable difference. If you do a blind taste test, you're going to taste and kind of feel, even more than taste, the difference with drinking Chanson water versus tap water, bottled water, anything like that. Terry says, yes, she agrees. You did the taste test. Water and wetter and smoother. So, another question we get asked a lot is if ionized alkaline water is safe for pets, children, and the elderly. And the answer is yes, with some caveats. Babies are born alkaline. So when they are very little, Marley loves it. Awesome. Is that your dog or your granddaughter? No, I don't know. So your dog. Okay. Cool. So So babies are born alkaline. They don't need it right away. Obviously, we're not giving, water to young babies who are breastfed. When we go to make formula for formula-fed babies, we actually don't recommend using the alkaline water because they're not going to need it. When we are born alkaline, our bodies, you'll notice that babies are always soft and squishy and well hydrated, whereas the older we get, a frail elderly person is, shrunken down. They've actually lost water and they're more acidic on one end, and then the babies are nice and alkaline. So we don't give babies alkaline water. We actually recommend you start children on it at about age 3 to 5 years of age. So there is a purified or filtered water setting on your water ionizer to make the formula with, if you have a formula-fed baby. And then with the elderly, they can benefit from drinking the ionized water, I'd say more than anyone, because after years and years and years of toxic buildup, they're going to need to get that out, okay? Especially if they're on, prescription medications and all kinds of things, drinking unfiltered water for years and years, what have you. So the thing to keep in mind with the elderly is that when taking their medications, they always want to use the filtered or purified water setting, just like with the baby formula, because certain medications have time-release tablets in them, and the ionized alkaline water can actually cause the medications to release early, like right away. So in order to not interfere with medications, always take medications with the purified water setting, okay, or filtered water setting. And then with the animals, yes, it makes the prescription drugs more permeable. You could say that. And then with animals, they can drink the alkaline water all the time. You just want to focus on the size of the animal when deciding which level. So for very small animals like a hamster or a guinea pig or turtle, I would say never go above a level 1 alkaline. Whereas with a big horse or a Great Dane, you could do the 9.5 pH, which is the level that we adults would use. There is also a 4th alkaline level setting on there that we don't recommend drinking at all. That is for degreasing, and it has a pH of about like bleach. And so obviously you don't want to be drinking that. Okay, next frequently asked question we get is, why do I need a water ionizer if I could just buy bottled alkaline water at the store, right? You've seen them at the store. There's, special water stores that will make the bottled alkaline water for you, okay? So the reason that you're not going to get the same results drinking that water as with making it yourself with the water ionizer is because although the water is alkaline, has an alkaline pH, it's only going to retain its properties for about 12 to 24 hours. So you see these people bringing home these giant jugs of water. They're not going to be drinking that in one day or half a day, right? It's going to be slowly decreasing its charge and going to be not a lot better than the other water that you may be drinking. So here you're paying this extra money to get alkaline water, and by the time you're actually drinking it, not only may it not be alkaline, or at least at the level that you want, but it's not going to have that ORP. That electric charge that produces the antioxidant-like effects, is only going to be there with an electric water ionizer. So that's the same type of answer for the question we get about non-electric water ionizers. Are those, just as good? No, they're not, because they're missing that electric spark, that spark of life that can only come from electricity. How long does ORP last? It's about that 12 to 24, I've heard 48 hours at the most, but it decreases very, very fast. And one other thing to keep in mind is never to drink your alkaline water in a stainless steel container, because stainless steel actually reacts with the electric charge and it's going to zap it right away. So it's going to make it lose it even faster. So always try to drink out of a glass bottle, or a BPA-free plastic bottle, but not stainless steel. I know they're great, but not for alkaline water consumption. So next question we get is lots of stainless steel cups. Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that they interfere with alkaline water. So I like to always throw that in when I can, because they're great. They keep the water cold, but they'll make it lose its charge, which is the number one reason you would want to be drinking ionized alkaline water in the first place. So with regards to filtration, question we get asked a lot is, if I have a reverse osmosis system, can I still add a water ionizer to it? Would that make my water better? It's a yes and no question. So the one thing that the ionizer is doing, it's taking your water source, it's taking the minerals in that water, and it's ionizing them. A reverse osmosis system is devoid of all minerals, so it has nothing to ionize. So the solution for those of you with a reverse osmosis system is to add in not just the water ionizer, but the remineralizer, which is this little thing full of alkaline minerals such as calcium, magnesium, or both. And it's going to put those in the water, and so it has something to ionize. Very simple concept. So it's going to cost you more money, it's going to cost you more maintenance, but it's going to make your water healthier. I'm not a fan of reverse osmosis systems at all. The water is dead, it's devoid of minerals, and it's actually acidic and not something you want to be drinking. So if you have reverse osmosis system, definitely get a remineralizer and a water ionizer to make your water more healthy. If you're considering getting a reverse osmosis system, don't. We have a nanofiltration system at chansonwater.com that is going to filter your water without over filtering it. It's going to leave those healthy alkaline minerals in so that the water ionizer has something to ionize, and it's going to provide the best drinking water that you can make yourself at home with your tap water. Okay, next question. You think rise in osteoporosis related? Okay, so I'm not supposed to link diseases specifically with the water because of those FDA regulations, but if you look at the research with the rise of bottled water and those reverse osmosis systems and the rise of certain conditions such as that one, you can draw your own conclusions. Next question is, can I just make alkaline water myself using baking soda and lemon juice? Those are things that have been found to slightly raise the pH of water, right? Bottled water also missing minerals. Yes, if it is a lot of the popular brands of water on the market are reverse osmosis, and so they are completely devoid of minerals. So you're paying for something that's actually hurting your health. You think you're doing a good thing because you're choosing water over soda and sports drinks, but really you're giving yourself something that's almost as acidic and harmful to your health. Very scary. It was a huge eye-opener for me. And I'm so fortunate and grateful to have a water ionizer myself because, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so why wouldn't we want to just make our own alkaline water with the lemon and the baking soda, right? It's a good question. It's cheap, it's effective as far as alkalizing the water, so why am I going to spend all this money on a water ionizer, right? Well, the answer is that there's a lot of things that can make your water alkaline, such as bleach or arsenic, but you're not going to drink that, right? Just because it can make it alkaline does not mean it is safe to drink long term. Lemon juice, sure, that's not going to hurt you, but the baking soda, day in, day out, years and years, it's not a good idea. It's not healthy for you it's not meant to be consumed like that, and it's just a short-term solution in a pinch if you're waiting for your water ionizer to arrive. If you are traveling and you're away from your ionizer, it's a option, but it's not a long-term solution. It's not something that I recommend doing. So that's the answer to that. Also, keep in mind, it's only altering the pH slightly, and you're not getting those other benefits from the ORP. You're not getting those antioxidant-like effects. You're simply altering the pH, okay? So we're getting close to our number one question that we get asked all the time. But first, I have the question, can you become too alkaline? What do you guys think? Is it possible to become too alkaline? If I go around drinking nothing but alkaline water, am I going to become too alkaline? The answer is, Terry's not sure. Anything's possible, okay? I can drink all things in moderation. I could drink too much water, any type of water, and die. It's happened. People have died of drinking too much water. There is a very rare condition called alkalosis that affects 2% of the population, where their bodies are too alkaline. However, the average person drinking as much alkaline water as they can stand in a day is not going to suddenly become too alkaline. This is if we said, I think, if you were to drink the level 4, which we don't recommend drinking, first of all, every day, day in, day out for like a year, you could potentially make yourself too alkaline if you were also eating nothing but green leafy vegetables, a completely alkaline diet, and you never got stressed out or angry, right? Because our bodies are alkaline by nature, but acidic by function. So every time we get stressed out, we get mad, we're flooding our body with acidity. We work out the lactic acid. What's the pH of level 4? It's over a 10. So 9.5 is the recommended range for drinking water. Ideally, that's what we found to have the most health benefits. So anything above a 10 is going to be more than your body needs. So we don't drink that level. My husband was actually just telling me right now that he tried drinking it for a while because, that mentality of, oh, well, more is better, right? And what's there? I can do it. I'm a big, strong man, right? He tried doing it and he said it messed him up. He had this weird energy, but he when it came time to use it, it wasn't there. He couldn't, I don't know. It was weird, but so try it at your own risk and find out that it's not good for you. Interesting. Okay, so very strange. All right, so we are down to our number one question that we get asked all the time. Anybody have any guesses as to what that is? Something I haven't covered yet. What people want to know, what they don't understand. How could this possibly help them if our bodies have stomach acid, right? We drink this alkaline water. Isn't it just all a waste if our stomach acid is going to render it useless? That's what people want to know. That's the number one question we get asked at Chanson Water. So the answer is we do not have a hydrochloric acid pouch in our body just sitting there waiting to digest food, okay? Sodium bicarbonate is only produced by our stomach lining when it has acidic food to neutralize. When that happens, the hydrochloric acid is also released in equal quantities. If we do not consume any acid, right, if we're just sitting here drinking our alkaline water, our body doesn't have a reason to release that sodium bicarbonate, and therefore it doesn't have a reason to produce the acid that everyone's so worried about, okay? Kind of confusing, but that is the official explanation. When we are drinking the water, it's not getting interfered with this stomach acid. It's not there, it's getting in our body. I can tell you, you will notice a difference just from drinking it. I don't need a official scientific reason to explain to me how it works because I can feel the difference. I can notice a difference. I see the difference. Firsthand experience, you can experience it too. So if you are in the Orange County, California area, we invite you to come in and try our water for free. We offer a 14-day free trial. You can come in as much as you want during those 14 consecutive days. Bring your own containers, fill up as much as you want, take it home, try it for yourself, and you will see the difference that I'm talking about. Your body thrives with an alkaline environment, and the more our American diet goes towards this acid, unhealthy foods, the more your body needs this alkalinity to offset that. So, any other questions before I sign off today? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everyone's participation, and I will see you again next week, 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Water Wednesday. What is the pH of tap water? Great question. So, in America, the tap water is federally regulated to be a 7 pH. That is considered neutral on the pH scale. So, right there, that tells you our government knows that we actually, it's important not to be drinking acidic water, and yet we are bottling and selling many acidic bottled waters. So yeah, it's a 7 pH on the pH scale. And like I said earlier, we want to be drinking a 9.5 pH. So depending on where you live, the water may be more alkaline than a 7. It's not regulated to be only a 7. It could be higher than a 7, but it has to be at least a 7. But you're not going to find in America a completely filtered 9.5 water without using a water ionizer and a good filtration system, unfortunately. So, thank you so much for your question, you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you next week, okay? Thank you, Terry. You too. Love you.